Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Right now, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm using both my YouTube channels. So the show tonight is Change Lives, but we're also streaming tonight rather on Mr. Short Dollar's web because the subject matter deals with something from entrepreneurial business aspect as well. Because tonight's show we're talking about controlling your destiny, and I think it's gonna be a real great show. I'm sorry about being late and everything. Your boy had to take care of a couple things and stuff, but I think you're gonna really enjoy the show. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my house producer DJ Lab.
What's going on, bro?
Man,
Thursday.
hey man, it's shaking, baby. It's
Thursday.
shaking.
Busy man doing
Hey,
busy things.
yes, sir.
When you the
Taxes.
boss, you gotta do boss stuff.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. Also, big shout out to my other producers, Late 316. What's happening, Rico? Hope you're doing well. And as always, guys, I rehashed the previous week. Guys, remember we are still in the pandemic, so do all the stuff you learned in pre-K. Wash your hands, cover your mouth when you sneeze and cough. Stay spaced out and stuff. Just be safe out there, okay? Be safe. Give a big shout out to a good friend of mine, Rafiq Ahmad. This president of the 100 Black Men South Metro. Rafiq had his retirement party last night at the Porsche Experience.
Oh, okay.
I had a nice time. Yeah, there's pretty ladies in that too. Woo! I had a good time. It was the big Rafiq. I think 34 years of law enforcement.
Oh, okay.
Being an agent, man. It was cool, man. It was cool, man. Had a real nice experience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people not looking good and stuff and everything. It was real cool. Big shout out to Rafiq. Matter of fact, retirement party was, and I spoke on it last week. Retirement party was yesterday. B buried his father Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So we did that and everything. Was at the funeral and then had the retirement party. But Rafiq, real good dude, man. Like I say, he's president of 100 Black Men South Metro. But big shout out to Rafiq, man. Congratulations on that, brother. Guys, yeah. Hey, also, guys, I want to let you guys know we do know as of January the 24th, that was the beginning of tax season. We was able to start submitting everything to the IRS electronically. So give a big shout out to that, Lab. Yeah. I wish we had a damn cha-ching up in here, and everything and stuff. I wish we had a damn cha-ching going and stuff. So yeah, I wish we did. But a big shout out that we got tax season started. You guys know I'm an accountant by profession. This is my 21st straight tax season. 20, So super excited and stuff like that. So my tax business, Majestic Business Services, also my other tax business, the virtual Majestic Accounting Tax Services. We are crackling. So man, it's been super so far. So we're getting excited for that. So everybody, y'all be safe out there at your tax office and everything. If you don't like your tax man, come see your boy D Burden.
Right.
So but lastly, I want to give a big shout out to my son Christopher Burden, my third son. This Saturday, January 29th. Mm-hmm. He's going to the region meeting in wrestling. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed for that, Go home. Shit, that's simple.
Right.
So big shout out to Chris. Real quick, guys. Tonight again, we're talking. Tonight's show we're talking about controlling your destiny. But I do want to give a quick housekeeping thing, guys. Like I said, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. If you have any questions outside of what we're talking about tonight, just if you want to talk about loans, grants, finance, anything like that, please hold your questions to the end of the show. Feel free to be interactive during the show if it's covering the subject we're talking about. But if anything outside of that, please hold your questions at the end of the show. I promise you, I'll open the floor up and I ask any question that you may have regarding that, okay? All right, but just quick housekeeping with that, guys. But again, tonight we're talking about controlling your destiny. And what had me just thinking about this, I talk about this a lot of time, just really thinking about, not necessarily putting your future in somebody else's hands or whatever. And a lot of times, I see people have different ways about doing it, and you hear different things. So I just want to have a candid conversation about the subject tonight. And when I thought about something, just had me thinking. I got a couple stories to share with you guys, but
Okay. We love a good story.
I thought back like it was probably like it was. Matter of fact, it was '99 because it was I was stationed in Bamberg, Germany. '96.
Okay.
Because the Olympics had just happened,
Okay.
and I had surgery on my knee, and was at a rehab hospital, and it was me. I don't think I was a specialist. I know I wasn't a sergeant, but I was a specialist, and it was a E7. This is probably somebody with 17 years in the army, and
Okay.
it was a lieutenant that was in there, probably been there like 5 or 6 years. We was all in there rehabbing, right? Lieutenant's an officer, they made more money, we were enlisted, right? But we was in there working out. I mean, not working out, rehabbing and everything. And we just got to talking, and we were just, hey, Tupac had just died. Matter of fact, it was the day he died. Because the lady came in there, she's like, yeah, they just killed Tupac, and they just said he was dead and everything. And I just remember that vividly. That had me remember that day.
Okay.
But the sergeant asked the lieutenant something that stuck with me because me being enlisted, you kind of biased to what you are.
Mm-hmm.
And the sergeant said, "Hey, sir, I want to ask you a question." He said, "I've been here 17 years. You've been here 7 years. Do you think it's fair for you to be making the same amount of money that I'm making, and I've been in here longer?"
Right.
I'm sitting over there, stretching my little ragged ass knee.
Right.
Like, okay, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, why the hell are you making so much money?
Right.
And the lieutenant looked at him. He said, "Life's about choices." And I was like, "What the hell you mean?" And keep in mind, I'm 19, 20 years old too.
Okay.
So it's kind of where with my thought process with life and everything. And he said, "Man, you've been in here 17 years. I've been in here 7." He said during that 17-year period, you could have went to OCS or Officer Candidate School
Mm-hmm.
at any time and became an officer.
Right.
You'd be higher ranking than me and probably making double the money I'm making right now.
Right.
Or triple.
Okay.
He said, but you didn't choose to do that.
Right.
He said you stayed in what you're doing, which is fine.
Right.
But you knew there were options for you to get where you can make more money. And he said just basic decision making.
Right.
Of course, that didn't say well with Sarge just sitting over there. But that really opened my mind up because I told you I was going to yeah. And it gave me a lot of insight going forward in regards to not really tripping on things that don't go a certain way that, for you. Well, you could have had a lot to do with the outcome of it.
Okay. So you could, there was a lot you could did to change it.
Yeah. You could have been one damn thing you could have did to change it.
Okay.
Then it might have been a comfortable thing or whatever, because again, you tell people, hey, you want to get a pay raise, go to school.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't want to go to school. I ain't got time for school. I'm too damn old for school. I ain't got time for that certification stuff. I don't need that. And those are consequences. Like we talk all the time. Consequences not necessarily a bad thing. It's just they the results or whatever you decide to do for you or against you. You just got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that really opened my eyes, really my mind up rather in regards to just damn man, there are things I can do that can really change the outcome about certain things. So we start talking about controlling your own destiny. What do we mean by that? And what I want to just say, looking at all these papers in front of me, I'm sorry, everybody. First, I want just everybody to know this is not necessarily an entrepreneur show. This is not, and I don't want to, even though I'm a self-employed accountant and we have the business channel, this is not a show where I'm trying to tell everybody, quit your damn job, work for yourself. This is more a show about really talking about personal accountability.
Okay.
Like I always say all the time, control your controllables. The shit that you can take, you can be in control of. You make sure that you control that.
Okay.
And don't necessarily leave it to other people to have that power to dictate how your life is going to go. Right. Mm-hmm. That's why I want to just say control your destiny with that. It's not pushing this, hey man, quit your damn job and stuff like that. Because I'm a firm believer in, the goal of life is to wake up and just be happy what you're doing.
Right.
So if you go on that job 30 years and you're happy, or if you're working for yourself 30 years, you're happy. The game is the game.
That's true.
I mean, that's really how I felt about that. With doing that and stuff. Do we have a glitch or something like that?
No. Why?
Okay, I see the screen.
No, that's just it can't stay up there that long. Look, Latoya Tracker says hello. And Renee Bates say hello. Renita Bates.
Okay, hey, what's going on, everybody?
So just throw that out.
Okay, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like I said, everybody, if you got anything to add to the show, feel free to give you comments and everything and stuff. Like I said, anything outside of it, wait till the end of the show. We'll open the floor up for everything. So
If you see that go away, push that's USB. You ain't got
I
nothing to
got
do
you.
with
Okay,
it.
I got you.
That's USB I prop right
I
there.
got you.
Okay.
I got you. Y'all forgive me. I'm over here, lab the maestro with everything. I'm here messing everything up. So, what's the question? Is what is controlling your destiny? And I feel like controlling your destiny is just accepting responsibility for your future, your life, and not necessarily relinquishing it to others or other things. Far too often you hear people say that, well, we're just gonna wait, we're gonna see what happens and stuff like that. I kind of cringe on that kind of shit. I kind of cringe on that. Um,
Leave it in Lord's hands.
yeah, leave it in Lord's hands. Well, they said they're gonna call the man and wait for the man to call me back.
Right.
My cousin know the supervisor at the place is going, damn that shit. You call, find out. No, it's cool. And I'm a huge networker.
Right.
I have a large database of friends and colleagues and all that kind of stuff. But people that know me, like, I'm gonna go get them.
Right.
If you can help me, great. But you best believe I'm gonna damn help myself.
First.
And everything. First and in conjunction to what you're doing. Okay. When my oldest son, I'm just thinking about with him, but it's been the same thing with all of them. When he was he played college football at Vanderbilt, and I remember, and it was an awesome coach he had in high school, real good brothers, but there were so many parents, like just saying, well, the coaches ain't doing that, get these kids in school, the coaches ain't doing nothing, and the brothers were at the end of the day, but I always looked at it in terms of the coaches are teachers, coaches, husbands, and
right.
somewhere in the mix of that, they supposed to have time to get my kid in school.
Right.
I'm just saying. I wasn't cool with waiting on the damn coaches.
Right.
So, I did everything I could and never stepped on the coach's toes. I always talked to them, and, but I wasn't going to wait on that. And I felt that the people that waited on that, for the coaches to do that, they got the residual of that.
Right.
And I never felt like, I'm not going to leave my damn kids' future to other people.
That's true.
And with that said, I had to pay a little money here, go to these camps, put out this money. People didn't want to do that. But again, they didn't have the options I had.
Right.
But I never was going to let that be done. Like, no.
That wasn't going to be that.
Oh, hell no. Because, I felt the coaches weren't going to do it? No, I felt, Coach, big shout out to Coach Flo and head, all the coach, all the staff at Jonesboro High School. Man, those are awesome brothers. But shit, I felt Coach Flo was going to do everything possible to get T in school.
Right.
But everything he was going to do, it just might have been what he did.
Right.
Shit, I was going to do everything I had to do too. We're going to work together. And that's what happened. But I think a lot of times the parents, like, when they didn't do that, it's not that their child didn't get it. They just didn't, they didn't get them opportunities.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer, we talk about business, having stuff in place and you trusting people that they're going to do the right thing and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, shit, look, man.
You're right.
Some things you can relinquish. Some stuff you need to check.
Some things, even if you do relinquish it, you still need to check anyway.
Absolutely. We talk about, we have discussion about scaling, your business growing and stuff like that. Be having people in where you delegating and having people grow. I'm a firm believer in, your business is not going to be able to grow or do certain things till you actually got more people out there work. You got more legs and stuff like that. But you got to have some stuff in place where you checking them legs.
Right.
You just can't just let it go.
Legs run.
Hell no.
Run free.
No. You got to have that stuff in place. And
right.
If you don't have that stuff in place, hey man, you got to suffer the consequences.
Well, let me ask you a question. We won't delve into too much, but it's something you think about later on. Do you think there are external forces that may deviate your destiny a little bit, like certain things that may knock you off the path for you, that you may be doing everything right? Like you say, you may be working to get your child in school, doing everything and waiting on the coach and doing whatever else you can to get them to school. And then something comes along, that external force comes and, knocks you off the rails for a minute. Do you think those things are possible? Or do you think they could be avoided, or if they're foreseen, or do you think they're not foreseen?
No. That's why I say control your controllables. You can't control getting sick.
Okay.
You can't control, like, what I'm saying, A tornado come and wipe every damn thing out. You
Right.
can't control that.
Right.
But the
Right.
shit you can't control. Big
Okay.
shout. I see Miss Mix a lot. I see
Hey,
Donna
mix,
done
hey,
tuning in.
mix lot.
What's going on, Donna? Appreciate you tuning in. But now, what Donna said, I don't believe in waiting around either. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Donna. And the control your controllables. I firmly believe that the things you can't control, there ain't shit you can do about that. Now, what you can do is try to mitigate the impact that some of those things that you can't control how they can happen. Like you can't
Right.
control. Perfect example. You can't control being in a car accident, right?
Right.
But you actually have insurance.
Right.
You can't control being sick, but you have insurance,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying? So the impact of that unforeseen thing, external force can happen, but you can kind of mitigate the loss by having certain things in place. And some stuff you just
Can't.
damn, I ain't know this was going.
Right.
Yeah. You walk home and Jody got Miss Pooch somewhere. You like, oh man, laugh. He had it this way. I ain't never got it that way. Laugh. You know what I'm saying? Laugh. She called a name she ain't never called me.
Right. Hey D Marshall, tune in from Chi-Town. We appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah. She got that boy had her the way I ain't never did.
Right.
She ain't never called me, mister.
Right.
Hey, my destiny all messed up, man. What the hell?
So sometimes I just wanted to know because sometimes you get on YouTube and you watch these self-help and sometimes they don't ever mention the external forces that can throw things off the path, and those things need to be addressed because some people, like I say, I believe in my heart, some people try to do the best they can to make sure that they have a healthy future. Then, like you say, there may be some that don't, but I would hate to think that you have people out there that just doesn't want to take care of their future and themselves at least.
Well, at the end of the day, I think everybody have this great, thought of optimism that everything's gonna go right because they spend so much time and energy. Hey, this is what I want to do, and they don't spend enough time, just for those things those bumpy road things you can't. I'm former military, so we always did, contingent plans and things like that, the what ifs and stuff like that. I mean, that's warfare, because you go into you see old war movies. You see especially you can go from the past Civil War, those Revolutionary Wars, where they out there just standing out there shooting each other. They in the flanks and stuff. You have a plan of what you want to do, but then it's all about just everybody have different plans or different strategies. So when they try this, you're gonna do this, and they do this, you got to do that.
Right.
And that's how business and life goes. So I'll probably put it in another order, but life and business. But so you got to just be prepared.
Right.
You got to be prepared for those particular things, and the question that I hear a lot, especially like I've heard people ask, even my kids, or ask other people, what do you want to do with your life? Now let's break down that bullshit.
That's a long-term question. I've been asked that.
Let's break down that bullshit ass question. What do you want to do with your life? Because everybody sit down and say, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I think that that's probably one of the most stupidest damn questions that people ask.
Right.
Because you're always going to say something great.
Right.
But to your point you just brought up, people never really think about the BS to get to that point where you're actually doing something that you want to do. And a lot of times when people start really realizing the path that they have to do to get to the position to do what they want to do,
right,
it stops.
Right.
I always say, like with me personally, I do what the hell I want to do. Get up. You follow me on my different social media. I go work out.
Right.
Have my little breakfast. Maybe play around, do a little this, that, and that.
Right.
Work, do this, that. I do what I want to do. But for me to get to where I am right now in life, I had to do so much BS.
Right.
To get to that point. And I work hard. But I do what I want to do. I love doing it. But for me to get to this point, I had to make so many sacrifices. So many I won't say just morally compromised, but things like, damn, I don't really want to do this. I had such a journey to get to where I'm at right now. And when people sit here and say that, hey, what do you want to do? the vast majority of people aren't doing what the hell they want to do.
Right.
They're doing what the hell they have to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or damn, they're allowed to do.
Right.
And understand, guys, for you to be able to do what you want to do in life, you probably got to do a lot of stuff you don't want to do to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying compromise anything morally. I'm just talking about as far as hard work and sacrifices to get to that point and being realistic about it. And I think when people get those roadblocks or difficult paths to have to go there, that's when things change. That's when dreams get missed. That's when, you have, this unhappy damn life. You're doing this stuff. And like, hey man, that's how it is.
What we just talked about, if everything was easy as gaining weight, we all be millionaires.
Shit. We lose that weight just quick as you put it on, boy. Damn that Richard Simmons video.
Right.
We got to, hey man, we'll be rich on the way. This is it.
This is the secret formula right here.
Everybody be buying them nasty shakes. Take this stuff, you'll lose weight, man.
But that's just it. If everything was just that easy, we all be successful.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
Absolutely, man. And that's one of the things I just really want to, have that conversation because so many people want to be in a certain spot and do certain things. And, honestly, like, man, look, for you to be in that spot, you're going to have to just grab the steering wheel and start driving. And I just don't think a lot of times people want to do that because it's scary as hell.
Right.
These things, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But they see all the BS associated with it. That's when we start, being reluctant. And I remember when I had got out of the Army and, I said to myself, I'm going to go to school. I went to Atlanta Metro, then I went to Georgia State for my undergrad. And that was really, it was a funny spot with me because I had to really keep in mind the big picture every time. Because I'm working in a warehouse. I work at John Wheeler Homes right there on Old National. And, most of the brothers in there, they would kind of fix what they were like. Good brothers, but they would fix what it was in life. I was 20-some years old. A lot of them guys was in their mid to late 30s, early 40s. They just working. We pulling orders in the warehouse, picking up lumber, splinters in our neck. And, I'm lunch break, I'm doing my homework. Break, I'm doing my homework.
Break.
Yeah. You get your little 15 minutes or whatever. I go do my homework. I leave from there, go to a little gym, I had a membership, take a shower, go to Georgia State. I did that. I went full-time. Work full-time, went to school full-time.
Okay.
And I just had to keep in mind, the whole big picture. And I just really, because I just like, what I was seeing was with a brother now working that had been there 10 years.
Okay.
Kind of going back to what I was saying about with the lieutenant. I don't mention the name because he passed, man, about a year or two ago. But he was just really, all the brothers in there were just excited. Like, yeah, man. Shit, he been there. He knew the warehouse inside out, knew logistics process, system rather, inside out. And they didn't interview him.
They didn't?
Nah, they didn't interview him. They brought a little white guy in, a young guy.
Okay.
And that was sharp. But he was probably maybe a couple years out of college. And they said the reason why they didn't give it to him because he had a degree. That was a minimum requirement. And all the brothers in there raising hell. Oh man, to give it to the white boy.
Right.
And he knows the job. He knows that damn he been working here 10 years. That's just like a degree.
Right.
No, it's not. The thing that stuck with me, I remember, even though I was younger than everybody, if you've been there 10 years and you say, okay, I'm here, and you know that you're progressing, you line supervisor, shift supervisor, and operation manager is next. If you know the minimum requirements, you have a degree, and you like this company, why the hell don't you go to damn school?
Right.
I couldn't, if you know that, if you knew that you're there, and the next step is going to require you to have a degree, and you're there, why don't you do it? I seen a Les Brown video years ago, and the guy was like, I think he said the guy was telling me he was too old to go to medical school. He said, well, what are you going to be doing in the next 4 or 5 years? And I know medical school is longer than that, doing in the residency. I know how long that is, but If you know that you're not gonna be, what are you gonna be doing in the next couple of years? You're gonna be doing the same thing.
Right.
I will take you out of school.
Right.
If you're gonna be in the same situation. And unfortunately, this brother did. And a lot of them brothers, they weren't trying to hear that. They weren't trying to look at, hey man, just if you there, just go to school.
Right.
If you're gonna stay there. And that was a real deflating time for a lot of them guys. But they were just stuck on, hey man, they gave it to the white boy. And again, they may not want to give it to him, but I know they just couldn't.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna say that because they make adjustments for whoever the hell they want to. Let me stop with that shit.
I was about to say, well, don't you think it was maybe an external force?
But
go ahead.
But he had the paper and he didn't, and that was already listed as a requirement with doing it. Don't ain't no way in the hell if I'm being in a situation that long and I love being somewhere, I'm not gonna do everything possible for me to not make it the best of my situation.
Right.
If I know I'm gonna be there, right?
Right.
And so that's one thing, kind of like in the military, they have what they call a RCP, retention control point, and they each rank. They will get you out each after so many years. You haven't progressed to a certain rank, they'll put you out the military. They'll chapter you out because you so far in.
You been stuck in no private.
Yeah, exactly. So many years we're doing. If you haven't done that, they just RCP you out because the game is to be progressing. So the task you have to take to go to the next rank, if you haven't done it, it's RCP you out.
Oh, okay.
So your mindset was kind of like, okay, we're doing that. If you're in the military, you kind of. That kind of, ingrained in everybody.
Step,
yeah. So that was something that stuck with me with that, but he just decided not to do it. And I just want everybody, before I go too further again, the night show, guys. This is Change the Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I'm also streaming live on my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Tonight's show we're discussing controlling your destiny. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Please feel free to, if you have anything to say with the regarding the show, feel free to comment and everything. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And like I said, anything outside of, please hold in questions to the end of the show. What you about to say later?
Latoya Tacker said, "Well, if you got experience, why do you need a degree?
Because if the job requires that, the situation require it, that's why. See, that's a good question.
Right.
But if you got experience, if it's not about what you feel, because if you feel that, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But if I want to deal with lab, I gotta go by what lab rule. I can't come to lab house and tell lab, no, look, this is how the hell we're gonna do it. I'm in your damn house.
Right.
This your shit. This is your business.
Right.
How the hell I'm gonna come and tell you what the hell you want to do?
Right.
Now I got my own stuff. I can make these rules.
Okay.
So you can't really play that game like that.
Right.
And it may seem like it don't make sense, but again, that's how it is.
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
Right.
It can make no sense. They can have somebody with a degree, somebody with a certification that knows half of what you do, and it doesn't make sense. But if you know that's a minimum requirement, it is what it is.
Right.
It is what it is, and you can't ain't no way around it.
Right. You can't fight on their rules.
Yeah. Now again, like during the Trump administration, that was the first, when the federal jobs. He changed that. That had been going on for years. With those minimum requirements, and that's one of the things that I thought he did that was pretty cool. They changed that in regards to like the young lady said, in regards to experience. Okay, we can kind of take experience in consideration, in regards to just being a stickler on the education certification. But that's just in that situation.
Right.
And some places have become more flexible with that. But again, you can't play the game, and these are the rules. I'm playing the game. These are the rules of the game. And then when the rules don't go in my favor, I'm tripping. Hell, I'm playing the game. It's being straight. So when things don't work, we can't really trip on that.
Right.
And that's real talk, because I think a lot of people think that way. Like, no, I can't. That doesn't matter. It don't matter when it's yours.
Right.
But when it's somebody else's or you in something, you got to go by that. What the hell can you do?
Right.
I agree with that. But, again, that just applies to when I'm dealing with my stuff.
Right.
What you about to say, Larry?
I got a good example, though, like social media. We all get mad at social media when they block us for something, or they take us down for something, or they want to remove some, or whatever it may be. But to be honest with you, and I'm guilty of it just as bad as anybody, I get real upset at that, how they police social media. But it's their rules. It's free. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If it costs money, we might be able to talk about it, but it's free. They gave it to you free on purpose so they can regulate what you do on it and mine your data. You get what I'm saying? Your data and all that stuff is the cost of doing business, I guess you would say. But it's their rules. It's their app. It's their site. We don't have to be here. That's generally what I heard on a video a while back. It was like, it's their site. You don't have to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's free. It's nobody's making you do it. But again, that's a good example. You know, it's their rules.
And to that point, a lot of times when things like that happen, you don't really think about it until it personally affects you.
Mm-hmm.
Rule been there.
You're right.
But you know, it just was never applicable to you or anything you were doing.
Right.
So you don't really think about it.
Right.
Kind of like when your buddy get, you know, in a bad situation, it didn't happen to you. You feel bad about your friend, but because it doesn't directly affect you,
right,
it really doesn't happen. But then when it hits you, then it's an issue.
Well, what we say is never a problem until it's your problem.
Absolutely, that's it. That's it. You about to say something later?
No, go ahead.
Okay. A couple things I want to, you know, I think when we start looking at, you know, we want to say, okay, look, I want to get on top of everything. I want to control my own destiny. I want to get on top of this. What I always say now, you got to kind of look at your ways and how what may be affecting certain things with you controlling your destiny. Because again, I say your temperament is your temperament. Your temperament is your temperament, but you got to be realistic when things don't work. You know how you able to roll with it.
Right.
You been there 30 years, and they hire somebody ahead of you that been there younger because they had that degree.
Right.
You can't really trip. You can feel some type of way, but if the rules are rules, now they did like they did Deonte. We'll talk about that. They made whole damn rule changes and shit.
They changed them rules after you met the requirements.
God,
so you met the previous rule requirements. Then they changed them rule requirements.
You didn't make the skin requirement, skin color requirement. Shit. You didn't make the skin color requirement. That what the hell that was. But you know, you got to be, you know, just be honest with yourself. If you don't want to deal with certain stuff, you certain BS, like, nah, I don't want it and stuff, that's cool. I don't want it, you know. And knowing yourself, I think, helps a lot. You know, we talk about a lot about performing them self-assessments.
Right.
You know, being real about how you are, your personality, your temperament, your work ethic and stuff. You can be realistic when things don't work out because of that. And I don't think a lot of times people go into that. So, you know, I think a good question to ask yourself, you know, are you afraid of change? You know, a lot of folks not afraid. You know, you type of person, you comfortable with change. You you're impatient, you're reluctant to dealing with it because you can sit here and say, you know, I can admire somebody been somewhere a job 20 years and say, look, man, I ain't got time to be arguing with folks. I don't want to do that supervisor. I don't want that stress. I don't want to deal with it and everything like that. But then when they, you know, get, you know, this damn fool in there, that's your supervisor now. They're like, man, I've been here 20 years, man, you can't tell me how to do this. Well, you should have took it.
Right.
Because you didn't want it.
Now you got to deal with this.
And you got to deal with him.
Right.
You had the opportunity to do it. And you got to be kind of like, we're going to, we're talking about controlling your own destiny. Now you got an environment, somebody that's less qualified or less skilled than you in charge of you, mainly because you didn't want that smoke.
And you got to now you got to train them how to do the job properly.
Exactly. How often does that happen, lad?
Right. All the time.
And people just complain. And we ain't talking about you weren't given a chance.
Right.
We're saying you didn't even take the chance.
Right.
Because you felt, you know, you didn't want to be bothered. Now, was that you really didn't want to be bothered? You were scared, lazy.
Stay one, stay,
you know, whatever.
with everybody.
You know, whatever. Exactly.
When you become a manager, you got to make hard decisions.
I don't want to be fussing with people. I ain't got time for that. But like I said, now you're in a situation, you damn dreading going to work. And you with everybody else talking about, man, that damn fool think he know everything and stuff like that. I mean, it is what it is.
Right.
And you have to be honest with yourself, you know, because anytime you take on anything new, and like it's scary.
Always.
Change is fun.
Always.
Change is funny because you never know what's on the other side of the door. And when you go in there and stuff like that now, like you said, your friends, now they don't want to talk to you no more because you one of them. You may have to stay later because, you know, you're in charge. Everybody got to, you know, go up under you. You got to go double check some things. You have to have a learning curve with doing certain stuff. And you got them adjustment periods. And that's just how it is when you're doing some kind of progression, doing something different. And if your temperament where you don't want to take on them kind of stuff, you just got to take what come along with that.
Right.
And that's just being real.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people will make all kind of excuses for why things ain't going for them in life because they didn't want to make the damn change. Not that it didn't come that way. I'm a very firm believer in you never ever. When I said the other week, don't close doors. You let doors get closed on you.
Right.
Don't sit there and don't do it. And then when the opportunity gone, you can't do the shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
Now you full of these. What else? I wish I had them.
Right.
Man, if I would have did it, I'm thinking about it now. Now let the opportunity. You try, and if it didn't work, it didn't work. But don't not do it, and then have regrets later in life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And one thing that I never been, we just talked about it earlier. Just I ain't never like putting all my trust in others. I just brought a situation with my son.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no big. I trust people. I trust you. I trust people, and I always trust people to be themselves. But I gotta, so much I'm gonna give with that.
Right.
I don't put myself in a hole behind certain things that I trust the person, but I'm very, very, very frightened about people having the actual same energy or passion about certain things that I will. Mm-hmm. And when I put, things in place or my future, my children's future, my business in somebody else's hands, I got to still make sure I got some kind of input with certain things or some kind of checks and balances with that. And when you do that kind of stuff, people do it sometimes, I think, to get it off of them. Mm. I've heard a family member say, well, my nephew's supposed to be calling his supervisor to give me this job. I ain't heard back from him. His ass ain't called me back. So you going to sit here and wait for him to,
right.
Like, damn, okay, that's something that's out there in play for you.
Right.
So you waiting on that?
Yeah.
Right. Damn well your nephew ain't got no damn pool. Come on now.
He just started there.
Shit. Well, I'm just waiting on him, man. They ain't even called me back.
But that goes back again to that's just an excuse to be able to say, well, I look for a job. He ain't call. That's so you can say, well, he ain't calling back. That's why I ain't got the job yet. But you gotta look up. You gotta, what I'm saying. You gotta look for that job yourself and see if you can just apply yourself, because you don't know what he doing at the job. He may not be the best employee.
Let me tell you something. You ever heard folks like, yeah, I've been in that place 30, 40 years. They talk big talk.
Right.
Big shit. Yeah. I seen the president of
right.
Yeah. We talked on the elevator. And that's about really as far as their interaction goes.
Right.
And they don't talk to you, this is a family member that you love, you look up to. But shit, they just been, and they working at that particular company.
Right.
But they don't know no damn body.
Right.
They don't know anybody, got no damn pool. Yeah, they say hey to the vice president every morning. They have small talk on the elevator. But could you call him ask for a favor?
Right.
Hell no. He really don't even know your damn name,
He remember your name after you get off the elevator.
Man, the elevator, shit, he never get your damn name.
Right.
You just say, hey, that's the funny guy. Yeah. When they tell him like, that's the short guy. Yeah, the short guy. Yeah. And the shit don't go no further than that. And you don't know if a person's gonna give you a chance. You don't know if they're gonna do right by you. And a lot of times, this person ain't gonna really do right by you.
Right.
You know better because they done damn burned you before. They done let you down before.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about personal accountability.
Right.
We want to get the shit off us, and it's very, very, very dangerous to relinquish that control of yourself. To sit here and say, your destiny, your future. To sit here and say, well, look, man, Lab gonna do it. I can trust Lab gonna look out for me. I trust Lab gonna do what all he can for me. But at the end of the day, if Lab can't make it happen, hey, Pooch, I'm sorry I tried. Mm-hmm. Shit, ain't nothing Lab did wrong.
I tried.
Well, my stupid ass sitting here waiting. Lab gonna make a phone call for me. Hell no. It's just like you looking for a job. You submit in 20 applications, maybe 7 or 8 give you a call back, 2 or 3 interviews, maybe 1 or 2 offers.
Right.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
But you sitting there like, man, call such. I'm gonna wait on this person to do that. I'm gonna pray on it. We're gonna do that. Oh hell no.
Right.
No. God sitting there telling you, like I told you, dumbass, to go out there and apply.
Apply.
You got your help, hey man, I gave you I help you get a laptop.
Right.
All that stuff, but people just don't. They want to push it off of themselves.
Well, let me ask you a question then about the destiny part about leaving. Do you think that maybe they don't, when you leave your, control your destiny to someone else, do you think it's because they don't believe in their destiny themselves? And they maybe want somebody else to shift it a little bit better for them, maybe to help them out, maybe to see their destiny or to put an exclamation point on it. I don't know.
Might be all that, Lamb. Might be all that. Might be all that. That's the thing about it.
Push them a little bit because they say that comfort in that discomfort. You don't want to get that discomfort, so you may need somebody to push your destiny to you a little bit, push you towards it.
I think it's all of it. I think it's all of it, Lamb. I think it's all. I think it's a part. Getting it off of them. Part trying to put something on you. Part. Self-doubt.
Right.
I think it's a combination of things.
Right. I'm gonna give you a good example for me.
Mm-hmm.
Slick always been telling me for the last year, go out there and buy your new truck. You need a new truck. You deserve it. You make enough money to afford it. Which okay, cool. But I am not doing that because I'm afraid of the rejection. I'm like, I don't want to get all excited about getting a new automobile, and then they be like, nah, you can't get it. It's gonna break my heart. So you know what I'm saying? She's pushing me towards it. She telling me to try. And I'm like,
But the way they say it, you're aware of that. That's just a hurdle you got to cross.
Right.
And by you not crossing that hurdle, just a residual with it.
Right.
And until you get to that point where you want to do it, that's just how it is.
Right.
The thing is, that. Most people don't even be aware of that.
Oh, okay.
They, not aware of that. They don't want to state that.
Okay.
They don't want to own what they're not doing for that to happen. When your maturation as a person goes up a lot once you start owning stuff in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I know I ain't working out enough. I know I ain't eating right. I know I should have been left her ass a long time ago. This job ain't going nowhere.
Right.
How many people know that? They know that that glass ceiling, like God,
it's made of steel.
Exactly. And they know that, but they don't want to own it. They'll make all these kind of, they said they're going to do this. They said they're going to do that, raising hell. And they just never just take advantage of it, man. That's a lot of folks.
That's being comfortable.
Yeah.
Why am I going to leave this job where I know that I can go outside and smoke a cigarette for 30 minutes and they're not going to look for me and go to a new job where I may have abundance of opportunities, but I don't know how it's going to work out. You get what I'm saying? I can't take those old habits from the old job to the new job. You got to adjust.
Absolutely. And, comfortable, being afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there and say to yourself all the time, I want to start this business. I want to go on and, get this. I got this skill set. Everybody like my pies. I got this cool idea of a clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
But then before you get started, oh man, you got to need all this money to get started. Mm-hmm. Take money to make money. Oh, no shit. Come on, man. Come on now.
Right.
You got some folks like, it don't matter. I'm just going to do it.
Right.
Once the idea hit their mind, boom, I'm just going to do this. And they putting all the steps forward,
mm-hmm.
and they don't look at the setbacks. You need money for this, you need finance for that. It's just something. Well, how do I get it?
Right.
And they just move accordingly. Some folks just, when things don't go their way, they just find ways to fix those things.
Right.
No matter the time or the sacrifice that come along with it.
Mm-hmm.
And some folks just stop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how that is. And you're in control of that. In control. I remember when I started to go get my master's, and I remember one of my father, he said to me, he said, "What you doing? Why you going back to school? Was you doing that to get more money at your job?" I'm like, hell no, I'm just doing it for me. Well, I wasn't tripping him, man. That's just his mentality. No knock on him, but just, and his era, just looking at it like, like now, I'm like, nah, I go there, go somewhere else. I'm just looking at more so increasing my value. But he wasn't processing that.
Right. He didn't get it.
No. And I remember getting my master's and everything, and coming back to at my job, and I'm just thinking, okay, like people gonna do right.
Mm-hmm.
I got my master's, got everything. Shit,
didn't happen.
Ain't happen worth all. And it hurt me so bad because I did everything, quote unquote. And again, I'm talking about me in corporate America.
Uh-huh.
And I did everything, quote unquote, the right way. No negative performance reports, got the credentials and all this kind of stuff. But still, it came to the point where somebody had to make a decision. They want to give me an opportunity.
Mm.
And
That
that,
external force.
yeah. And it just, that shit pissed me the hell off.
Right.
And because I had actually, when you go that path and we were like, okay, if you do everything you're supposed to do, this is what's going to be fair. And you find out life ain't fair.
True.
Theoretically, way certain businesses or certain things are designed, you doing the right progressions and everything coming in place, you're supposed to be awarded these opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But again, all those businesses and ideas and systems are ran by people.
True.
And people going to make decisions, be it right or wrong, fair or unfair.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, that's when you got to make the decision if I'm dealing with this shit or not.
Right.
And I know I was on some real F y'all type stuff. Like I remember when I went to try to get this promotion, and I remember my supervisor at the time, Larry, but I remember he sat there and he's like, "Nah, Deonte, we're not going to give it to you, but what I do want to do is give you some more tasks, and we're going to restructure a couple things, bring some other people in, and they'll be your supervisor." I said, "Shit." Again, I done got my master's.
Right.
I said, "You mean tell me that you're not going to give me the position?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to give me more stuff to do, and you not going to increase my pay or anything?"
Right.
And I remember, like he said, basically. All right, I didn't trip.
Right.
But I can tell you right now, Lab, I wanted that master plan. Okay, I'm gonna go work for myself.
Right.
And for that next 4 or 5 months, I looked busy as hell, but I wasn't doing shit. I wasn't doing shit.
Right.
I wasn't doing shit because he had me effed up.
Right.
He had life effed up. You know what I'm saying?
So you had did the requirements. You know what I'm saying? You had did what they asked to be done in order to get the position, and they still chose not to give you the position.
Hey, my dumb ass, I'm sitting there asking this man, just like, did I hear this right? So you gonna do this and do that? And basically, right. And he was just that comfortable.
Yeah.
How many people eat that pill and they walk back and they come home deflated? Not me, player.
Right.
Not me, player.
Right.
I was share this with people. Before I went to work for myself full time, I would say this: I was so frightened. I was so frightened because you got all those. What if I get sick? What if it don't work? What if the business fail? How people gonna look at me? All that stuff go in your head. If you care about it, don't care about it, but you human. And all that shit go in your head. Can I survive out here being self-employed? Can I, people gonna support me and all this kind of stuff. But what I say to people is my fear of not trying was much greater than my fear of failing.
Right.
And that's how I roll. Anybody knows me knows that about me. Just not damn trying scared the shit out of me more than me just getting out there. Because, I can go make money. I've been making money, man, when I was, saving cans, going up on Bankhead,
right.
Going to recycling place, cutting grass, going up down Bankhead with a lawnmower, working all those fast. I've been like that. I always made money.
Right. Anybody
that knows me, I've been working since I was 12 years old. 12 years old. I've been doing that shit. I always been hustling.
Right.
So I had enough confidence in myself. I'm gonna be okay.
Right.
So that never crossed my mind. But you human. You had those feelings like, damn, what if it don't work?
Right.
And I say, and when I say, because the night show again, we talk about controlling your destiny. One key thing you got to just say is, do you believe in yourself? Do you really believe in yourself? And a lot of times folks say, yeah, I believe in myself, but that shit just words.
Yeah.
Do you really believe? Because if you really believe in yourself, you don't compromise on certain things. You don't let certain things get to you. You believe you think, like I said, will it work? Will it fail? And whatever. And it scared the shit out you. But if you believe in yourself,
you still gonna do it.
You still gonna do it. You still gonna do it. Because you know what you're capable of.
Right. You know your limits.
Exactly.
You know your limitations.
Exactly. And you know when you ain't push yourself to find out what your limits are. You know that.
Right.
Because there's gonna be sometimes you're gonna be put in a situation where like, man, this shit foreign to me.
You're right.
And you forced to do that. And and when you what is the cliche? I know my worth.
Mm-hmm.
That's some sisters, ain't it? I know my worth. I know my worth.
Right.
And I just not it, but do you really know your worth? Because when you know your worth, see, it's easy to leave a man because you know your worth.
Right.
But if you really know your worth, there's a lot of shit you wouldn't even deal with in life. And that's everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really know your worth, compromise. I'm not, like I said, I ain't the cheap tax man.
Right.
Like, no, we ain't gonna get down like that. And again, and I know I ain't the most expensive, but I damn sure I'm not the affordable guy.
Right.
Ain't shit affordable about me.
Right.
Now, it's professional, correct, all that stuff, but ain't shit affordable about me.
We always talk about limitation. I'm a person who reflects. I know what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. I pretty much know what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. And I go back to a story like when I got out of college. Well, let's say when I got out of college and I moved here. I met a white guy. I tell Slick about this story all the time. He's like, hey, you come work with me on the weekend. I told you about this story. And we remodel these houses and we flip these houses together. Now, I don't know nothing about remodeling houses. Yeah. I'm fresh out of college. I got 2 degrees. I'm like, remodel houses. But I said to myself, I'm going to learn it. I'm going to see what to do. See how it goes. See, if I don't know how to flip houses, at least I can learn how to remodel some. You never know where that's going to take you. So, but I knew that I would try it because it was a challenging thing. And it was challenging. Here I am with 2 degrees working and digging holes on the weekend. You get what I'm saying? So it was just something I tried. But if I said to myself, I'm not going to try that. I know my limitations, and that's going to be it. But at that point, that was not a limitation for me. I wanted to try it. And a lot of times we have to say to ourselves, just try it and see. You don't have to do it forever, but just try it. I worked in restaurants, during college, just learning how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Met some of the best chefs I ever met. Just working in a restaurant. Yeah. But I already knew how to cook, but now I really know how to cook. Absolutely. But I just tried it.
And that's so important. See, trying and not quitting. 2 things a lot of people don't want to put on themselves.
Right.
Because they're just so afraid of the outcome of not being something that benefit them. Mm-hmm. Everybody know me. I went through a divorce over a year ago. Matter of fact, that was my divorce anniversary yesterday, lab. Yeah. You better clap music. You might have to play some kind of crime music. Shit, you took my money.
I put the violin next time.
Hey, but what that said was that was a moment in my life where I didn't know what was certain, and I didn't know what was ahead, and everything just totally changed for me. But what I did was, because again we talking about controlling your destiny. I always, anybody know me, I'm like, I'm a headstrong person. Which we gotta get this fixed, and I focus on making myself happy. Mm-hmm. So I engulf myself, make sure my kids straight, making sure my business straight, and all that stuff. When I focus on that and being happy, shit, you a year later, all that money back,
right,
all that net worth back, all that happiness back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, I got a little belly roll in the process.
Right.
So, again, when we talk about controlling your debt, that was a key time where you know how traumatic divorce can be. Mm-hmm. We know how traumatic a layoff can be. We know how traumatic, businesses and jobs and all this stuff changing, how that can be. Mm-hmm. At some point, you got to say to yourself, now, again, I always say, with successful people, and we're not talking about from a monetary standpoint, being successful in life, it's not about, who works the hardest or who did this, who achieved this, that, and that. It's how quickly you can rebound from bullshit in your life, from trauma. You know what I'm saying? Right, oh, it was moments, dog. I couldn't get out of bed. Right. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, you got to say to yourself, shit, am I going to stay down or I'm going to get my ass up and fix it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't built like that.
Right.
And it took a lot. I done had bad business deals. I had folks, you done did stuff, they walk out and all that kind of stuff. I done had that, right? Oh, there's a lot of folks out here. You probably listen to the show right now. You owe me some damn money.
Right.
I still got to be involved by the cuss. I still got to be invoicing. But at the end of the day, that don't stop stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just happened. I'm human just like everybody else. So I ain't gonna sit here like I got this big old S on my chest. And there might be a big old P. But it ain't, you know what I'm saying? But we all gonna have adversity in life. We all gonna have things that happen. And you're gonna have that. You're gonna have them setbacks. But the sooner that you can dust yourself off from that job loss, from that bad deal, from that divorce, from that heartache, from that pain, from that, the death in your family, whatever, the sooner you can dust it off. And I'm not trying to make a personal barometer or anything for anybody, but you have to be able to adjust and get back on top of everything, in control of your life. Because when you put your future, your destiny, your family future and destiny in somebody else's damn hands, you have no damn clue what's gonna happen.
Nobody has the same vision you have for yourself.
Hell no. And I coached track for what, 8 years? 8 years, I think. A little more than that. But one thing I always harped on with the kids, and all my kids still run track and ran track. When you stop, you know the outcome. When you quit and it's painful, you know the outcome.
Right.
But you never know. The other guy can get a cramp, they can trip up at the line, whatever. When you don't quit, you just never know. And that's how life is. Right. When you don't quit, you never know. But when you stop, you know it's over.
Yeah.
You know it's over.
So yeah, 50-50 chance. What you say?
50-50 chance shit working out.
Right.
That's it, man. 50-50 chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be on the other side of it. Now, so really, I want everybody to understand. You can feel empowered when you make moves that that are really for you, instead of what you've been told to do. People have all these ideas and plans for you. Well, at least you try. At least you're doing something. No, hell no, damn, you doing something. Do what's best for you. If you don't like that situation you in, do what you got to do to change it. Do what you got to do to fix it.
Right.
Don't, being scared and being afraid is human. There's nothing wrong with being afraid, but there's something wrong with not trying. It is. Right. It is.
And only you know what's best for you.
Man, how many? Absolutely. How many older people do you see with that look on their face? I wish I had took more risks.
Right.
I wish I would have tried. I wish I would have called old girl, went back to Alabama and picked her up.
Right. All that.
Now I'm stuck with your crazy ass grandmama.
All that.
She was a showgirl and everything.
All that.
Oh man, grandma was a good woman. She could cook, but now that had it made shit. She was a freak.
Doesn't see how me on Facebook. Still look the same. I think about that too. The only regret I really had was that I had an opportunity when I got my first degree to go into the Marines, and I didn't take it. So I kind of regret that part. That's the only regret I had, because I didn't take it. He was like, "You come on the Marines, not go to officer school, and you already got one degree. By the time you get done, you'll be doing this." And I feel like I should have did that, and I didn't do that.
Hindsight, the best sight.
Right. It's
the best sight. But once you learn to take advantage of things like that, that's when it hurts more. Because you're kind of like, damn, I wish I would have did that. But when once you have recognized that you didn't take advantage of an opportunity, that's when shit like that be more painful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The initial time, cool, but after that, I have a lot of times, a lot of younger guys reach out to me, OG, man, I wish I would have listened to you. I went on to try to do this, that, it didn't work. I ain't tripping. You know what to do next time. Don't quit on yourself.
Right.
It just happened. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. But I just want everybody to understand, we talked about it again tonight about controlling your destiny. Make sure that you leave no stone unturned when it comes to your future, when it comes to your life. If it, like I said, it don't work, I done did so much shit that haven't worked. And I can be honest about, well, like Lab talked about the external factors that I couldn't control, and I can be honest about, man, Lab, I ain't take that shit serious.
Right.
I ain't do right. I ain't do right. I can be real about that. You know what I'm saying? And just give things a try. Give things a try. Lab gave me an opportunity 4 years ago. Hey man, you like talking, man.
Right.
Shit, And I had never done this before. Man, I love it. Anybody know me? I don't know how to shut the hell up. What? I can talk? I F around, it's like getting paid for this shit. What? Huh?
It'll always make it better.
Oh, no. Shit. No. Hey, be over there, cut. Oh, shit, I got some more to say. Shit. Hell no. So try, guys. Try. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of looking stupid. Don't be afraid of not being normal. Don't be afraid of being different.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid of folks giving damn comments because they, like you just said, they can't see what you see.
Right.
And you know what? It ain't their job to see what you can see.
Exactly.
How you see the world? You know, your family, man, why you still doing that? Why you doing that? Because I damn want to.
Right. Your vision is your
Yeah.
vision.
That they ain't got shit to do with me. Don't you let nobody else judge how your future dictate what you're gonna do in life. No. When I first started tag business, I remember a partner of mine. Oh man, hell, you doing tag like everybody else? Oh the hell, like
Right.
damn dog. I didn't know nobody else doing it,
Right.
but he's just saying something. And every time I've done different things, well, it ain't gonna work. I know my ex father-in-law, he was just hater number one.
Mm-hmm.
Glad I don't deal with his ass no more. Well, everybody do this. He all had a negative comment,
Right.
and couldn't figure out why he was just such a bitter bear. But just he always had a negative comment, and it got like when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I got older. I still don't know why, and it wasn't just me. He was just like that with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I never bought into that.
Mm-hmm.
But some people do listen to him.
Right.
Some people do, and some people listen to other people and put a lot of weight into it. Like, man, I shouldn't do it. Or we shouldn't do it. Now, if you know that it's not the right time, you
Mm-hmm.
got responsibilities. That doesn't mean not doing it. That means just adjust it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Do it a
saying?
little slower. It might take a little bit more time than what
Exactly.
you planned on it, but plan it out anyway.
Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with dreaming.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I feel like I keep saying, guys, it's something wrong with not trying. Because when I talk, I'm a firm believer in getting, game. I'm a firm believer in getting game from older people. What you do right, what you do wrong. Go back in time, what you can change. And a lot of them be like, they just didn't do certain things. They just didn't attempt it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a look they have in their eyes. Like, damn. And they know they know they can't get that time back. And I know damn well I ain't want that shit to be me.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be them. Just know what happens a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to talk for us, lesser mortals. Time just catches up with you, man.
Yeah.
Time, you look back. I'm looking back at myself, me personally. I'm just my own personal experience. And I look back at myself, I started DJing when I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? And I had big plans. Oh, I'm going to be, didn't have non-stitch equipment, but I had people who had equipment. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to be the best DJ in the world. Best. Oh, everybody going to know me. Time slide by, kids happen, school happen. Before you know it, you 51. But you get what I'm saying? So sometimes it may just be they may have the plans, but as you say, other things, family, school, kid, all that stuff happens, and before you know it, life then overtook the dreams and aspirations. So you got to deal with that sometimes too.
Yeah, it's I just if anything I leave with everybody, and I just want to make sure that you take them opportunities to just try. Just try. Shit don't work. It doesn't work, but you at least say you tried.
Right.
Control your destiny.
That's it.
Control your destiny, because again, you never want to be that person where you look back at it. I wish I. One thing about Poochie, one thing I always say to myself, I ain't gonna be no I wish person, and I damn sure gonna be I used to.
Right.
Yeah, hit them old dope boys. We used to have this.
Yeah.
I got more money when I was in my 20s. I had more money when I was in my 30s. And when I have 50, I'm telling you.
Right.
Hey, no. I'm all about expanding. I'd be damned if I ever be a used to. We used to have this.
Right.
Putting old pictures of what I ain't that dude. No.
Right.
And again, I'm not knocking nobody, but that ain't me. That ain't me. Oh, no. The game is to expand. Right. And so I feel that way about myself. Like I said, I've had tons of failures. I talk about that studio all the time.
That's my favorite story right there.
We ain't gonna go in that shit.
We ain't gonna go in that though. But yeah, if y'all watch it, y'all know the studio story.
But things that just didn't work, but I can always say I tried. And I want you guys to really understand that it gives you a good sense of confidence and empowerment in yourself when you know that you've attempted to do certain things. Work or don't work, but you've taken the reins and control of your own destiny, your own future. Okay. Well, that's tonight's show. And again, right now, I want to open the floor up. If you got any questions while you got me on here now in regards to business, finance, grants, anything like that, I'm here. So, got the floor open. So, if you got any questions, anything like that, we stream it live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Again, this Change Live hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I'm also streaming live on my other channel, Mr. Short Dollar. Tonight, we talked about controlling your destiny. Anybody got any questions, Leia?
No, not no. Just
On the
statements.
platform.
Tell them exactly.
Okay, people just in and out. Okay. Okay, guys, open the floor for a couple minutes and stuff. So you just let me know if you got any questions. Um, with just a couple things, I want to let everybody know. The tax season has started. Just give you guys some tips. Make sure that you got all your documents together. A lot of things that happened with the past couple years in regards to the pandemic. Um, if you got the advanced child tax payments, if you got those payments last year, well, $250, whatever the payment was. Remember, that was just like a front that they gave you early in the year. If you have to make sure that you let your preparer know what you got. If you don't, that will cause probably a delay in your refund or get an adjustment that you don't want to see on your refund. So make sure you got all your documentation. Some people may have already rushed and went off their last pay stub and didn't get that preparer all the information, and it's gonna bite you in the butt. Just letting you know. Um, and just make sure you got everything together. They have really moved a lot, with artificial intelligence and uh, tax law changes. Make sure that you find somebody actually not gonna give you the biggest refund, but you feel confident they're gonna give you the best service with their knowledge. Okay. I don't really do too much promoting. If you guys want to reach out and talk to us, cool. I don't do too much promoting on my show because I try to, focus the show on helping people. But make sure you get somebody that's very, very competent in what they're doing. Your friend that hook you up and get, she hooked me up and everything. She might hook your ass up with an audit too. So you need to make sure that you got the proper people that's helping you do everything. Um, Guys, we got a lot of videos in regards to the grants and also business development on the YouTube channel, Mr. Short. Also, make sure that you check that out and subscribe to that channel. We're changing lives. We got a lot of great stuff coming out 2022 for you guys with that and stuff. So make sure if you haven't already, if you looking at us from Mr. Short Dollar, you go to Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, and subscribe to the channel. Got a lot of great information there. Make sure if you can follow me on all the platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. The main hub is a YouTube channel. That's why all the videos are on there. So if I don't you see anything for the question, layout,
Sorry. Nope.
Nothing in there. Well, look, guys, we get ready to wrap everything up. I want to tell everybody from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the love and support. If you got anything later on run across your mind, feel free to contact me. All the contact information is on the videos on Facebook and YouTube, LinkedIn as well. If you're looking at us on Instagram and TikTok, you can always go to Mr. Short. Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Put in Deonte Burden and it'll pop up, or you put in Mr. Short Dollar and pop up. Subscribe to the channel, take advantage of all the great information we got. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support you've been giving me. Make sure you're being safe out there. Be safe, be safe, be safe. Take care of your family, take care of yourself. Again, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.